So before I really get into this presentation, I want to present you with kind of a sad statistic. Last updated on February 21st of 2017, the U.S. Department of Health reports that there are approximately 119,000 people in the continental U.S. that require a life-saving organ transplant. Now, as a person who likes to help other people, as in my other presentation, I'm heavily involved with things like community service. This makes me very upset and very angry. And unfortunately, there really isn't a good solution to this. Because if you need an organ, theoretically speaking, before the 1980s, when the idea was proposed of 3D bioprinting, you would have to hope that somebody would have a motorcycle accident and would bust their liver or their kidney so that you could get a life-saving transplant. So, back in the 1980s, there was this idea proposed that, hey, we're working on 3D printing. We all know what 3D is. So, why don't we just take that concept and try to apply it to biology? Why not? It's a fantastic idea. This is at the Wake Forest Research Institution in, I believe, Virginia. And this is a 3D bioprinter. It looks almost exactly similar to a 3D printer and functions in almost the exact same way. For an article published in the Anatomical Record by Alexander Boland and several other authors, I'm just going to refer to them as et al. Basically what this process is they will take cells from your body and other various cells and they will build you an organ. They will take various layers of cells and just sort of line them together. Very similar to 3D printing in that there's a layer, and a layer, and a layer, and eventually it will coalesce into one big organ. Now the downside to this is that organs are not immediately available after printing. You have to let them mature and sort of ferment, if you will, in order to become a fully functional organ. So that's essentially what it is. But when people hear of a new technology, the three main things they think of are what it is, how does it work, and is it usable? So this is still relatively new technology. It's still primarily in its R&D phases, which is research and development, but there have been several small-scale successes and large-scale, if you will, for families. So 3dprint.com published an article by Claire Scott that said that the Wake Forest Research Institution has successfully implanted bone shards into laboratory bones. And what this means is that the implant was successful and they had successful muscle growth around it. So theoretically speaking, in maybe 10, 15 years, we could print bones for amputees. We could print new ulnas and radii and fingers and have successful muscle growth. We could essentially create 3D printed arms for veterans who had lost arms in wars, or for children who had had accidents when they were very young, where they had had an amputation. Probably the biggest success that I've found, this is more my heart than some of this is sort of what a 3D film would look like. They would print things like that. That's an ear, by the way. They're 3D printing ear. You can print just about anything. You could print noses, jaws, just about anything. It's cool. But this little girl, this was published January 26th in the Telegraph website, which is based out of the UK. This is a little girl from Northern Ireland. And when this little girl was born, she was born without very critical kidney function. And while her kidneys still worked to an extent, she would have to undergo dialysis treatments for the rest of her life. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with dialysis, but dialysis sucks really badly. It's like one of the most painful things you can go through, like as a medical thing, just knowing that your kidneys are shutting down. It's an attempt to, clear out some of that blockage and make your kidneys work properly. But her dad actually gave her a kidney, but her doctor said, at a very young age, just in case, we're going to need a second one. So this little girl actually received the world's first 3D printed adult kidney and was implanted at the age of 4. So it's a pretty revolutionary technology that unfortunately isn't able to be industrialized yet, and that's what I'm going to get into. So this is, again, one of the doctors from the Wake Forest Research Institute. He's actually holding an unmatured 3D printed, I believe it's a kidney, because just from the general size of it. That's the end of that. But so, like any technology, there are advantages and there are disadvantages. But before I get into that, I need to explain a concept in biology of self recognizes self. So everybody likes their immune system, right? Everybody likes being healthy, not being sick, laying in the bed. So how that works is every cell in your body has a marker on it. And that marker basically says to the body, hey, I'm supposed to be here. Don't target me, don't kill me, don't break me apart into several small pieces and pass me through the system. So your white blood cells and your antibodies will look for that marker. And with that marker, if they find anything in the body that isn't supposed to be there, like a virus, so let's say the flu or whatever, they will target those infected cells and destroy them. And that's essentially how our body fights off infections. Well, that presents a problem with things like organ transplants. So, according to the U.S. National Library of Medicine, there are 3 types of organ failure, or 3 types of transplant rejections, I should say. There's simultaneous failure, where the body just immediately rejects it. Just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The body just immediately rejects it. It doesn't like it, just get it out of here now. There's an immune system attack, which is sort of that self-recognizes self. The body doesn't recognize it as an integral part of your anatomy. That let's say both of your kidneys fail and you got a transplant or one. Well, your body doesn't like that other organ in your body. It's like, this is not supposed to be here. This is not yours, so we need to get rid of it. And in that case, the immune system will attack and destroy the implant organ. And then eventually there's an outright failure, where the organ will take, but in a matter of about 5 to 6 years, the organ will fail again, mostly because of that immune system attack. So you will require another transplant in 5 to 6 years. So with that, the advantages of this is that oftentimes with these organs, your cells are used in the process. So a lot of times is that your organs and the cells of the organ will have that marker that says, hey, hi, I'm supposed to be here. Please don't hurt me. Please, just back off, please. So that's sort of the main benefit of it, is that we can eliminate the need for these people that need multiple transplants every 5 or 6 years to ensure critical organ function. Now, unfortunately, that's also where the deficit lies. So this is not a fast process. If anybody's experienced 3D printing a larger object, it can take upwards of weeks. And in the case of this, where we need to make sure that all the cells will coalesce together and functions are actually being performed, where it's actually filtering things in your kidneys, or your liver is actually producing bile and things to emulsify fats, is that this process can take a long time. And unfortunately, I didn't find an actual time for how long it takes for an organ to be printed, because a lot of times it's custom. They have to take a biopsy and a 3D geometric shape of your organ in order to print it properly. Otherwise, you end up with something like an immune system attack on the organ when it's first implanted, or a simultaneous failure. So with that, this is still, it's a very cool technology. I would like to see a lot more of it, and I'm sure a lot of people would like to see of it, because if this can become an industrialized process, we can make sure that list of 119,000 people reaches 0.